like what are the common mistakes that founders make when they go try to pitch investors at the pre-seed stage?
Um, yeah. So I'd say one of the biggest ones is kind of like a fundamental misunderstanding of the VC business model. And I think it took me a while to learn this, like even as an investor. And a lot of what you see on Twitter and stuff where people are complaining about VC behavior and like what VCs invest in and what they don't invest in and stuff like that. You see a lot of complaints about how VCs are doing it all wrong. But I think a lot of that can be attributed. Let's just assume, yes, there is a lot of bad behavior in the VC world, but let's ignore that and focus on the part that um, a lot of it is generally, I think, a fundamental misunderstanding of just what venture capital is for and what our business model is. And so, you know, I think coming to me at the pre-seed stage or the seed stage with this like detailed business model about how you're going to become a profitable business in a couple of years and grow 50% a year or something like that, or like that's great and it sounds nice, but that's not actually what venture capital is for. Like what we're supposed to be here for is effectively financing R&D to build businesses that can build new markets and or take over existing markets and just create like consumer like a lot of consumer surplus and create a lot of kind of end user like economic value. Like we're people joke about it, but we really are kind of shooting for those like billion to $10 billion outcomes. If we were just trying to finance businesses that were going to be worth like 50 or $100 million, like that, there's debt capital for that. That's not actually the math of a venture capital fund doesn't work out if you're shooting for those types of outcomes. For us, like our incentive is to just shoot as absolutely high as possible. So when you are pitching your company at the early stage, it's really a sales pitch more than anything. Like you need to get the readers of your pitch deck and the people talking to you on Zoom or in person, you need to get us excited. Like we need to feel like this thing is going to be gigantic and that you have the unique ability and the charisma to make this happen. Um, and that's I think that gets lost in a lot of cases, and a lot of pitches uh, feel kind of like investment banking pitches and not like sales pitches. So I think that's probably one of the biggest things. Like I think ultimately, like a founder's job is going to be sales over a long enough time horizon. It's selling your business to investors, selling your business to like job candidates, and then selling your business to customers and biz dev partners and things like that as well. And being able to like world build and storytell and kind of create this unique vision for the future and this unique vision for how you as a founder can make this vision come true in a way that nobody else can. I think that's all very important. And it sounds super subjective and crazy. And like a lot of founders will think that, why are we not making more objective, like risk reward decisions? Like that's not our job. Our job is to swing. And so I think it's important to keep that in mind when you're pitching an early stage company.
Yeah, it's the opposite of what I guess, like, a traditional business plan is, that you would go to raise money from for your, I don't know, a more traditional brick and mortar business and get a loan from a bank. It's really, I mean, I've heard it phrased as with pre-seed seed decks to just mostly focus on team and dream.
Yeah, that's right. That's a good way of putting it.